Matrices can often be used to solve equations. If you remember, we just finished going over 3 equations with 3 variables, x, y, and z. Matrices, when you get to w, x, y, and z, when you get to 4 equations with 4 unknowns, matrices are used often to solve those equations. This is just a basic type equation just to show you that we can add and subtract across an equal sign, but matrices are used often for solving equations. On this example, it kind of demonstrates the matrix. We have matrix X minus, and then I have another matrix is equal to. So I want to know what matrix X is. It's an array. It's got to be 4 numbers because all my matrices are 2 by 2s. So what they're showing you as they set up this example right here is that if this is if this matrix is subtracted, I can add the opposite. Add the opposite. So when they subtract, the opposite would be to add. And what it does is it just cancels this matrix. Or it gives you a 0 matrix. And then what I do to one side right here, I must also do to the other over here. Now the way, if you remember and go back and kind of think of what we've said all along, if it's negative on the left, it's going to come over and become positive on the right. You can simply do that and think of it in that same way from the old school. Then once they do that, and these right over here simplify, that leaves you just matrix X. And then I add 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 8 plus 3 is 11, and 9 plus 2 is 11. And I can always go back and I can check that. If I were to just place that matrix up here, 1, 2, 11, 11, and then just walk through and I can just look at it. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 11 minus 3 is 8. 11 minus 2 is 9. So I can take that back and just check it. Let's do a couple of our own. Here I have some matrix added to this 2 by 2 is equal to this other 2 by 2. So all these are going to be the same size. But remember, if we just kind of go old school, and I think it would be easier, if you're adding on the left, you're going to come over here and subtract on the right. So I'm just going to subtract negative 1, 0, 2, 5. And I'm going to do the basic operation of subtraction. So I have 10 minus a negative 1, that minus a negative becomes a plus a positive, and that is 11. 7 minus 0 is 7. Negative 4 minus 2, negative 4 and negative 2 is negative 6. And then 4 minus 5 is going to be negative 1. So that answer would be a 2 by 2 square matrix, 11, 7, negative 6, negative 1. So very, a little bit simple there, but we're just moving that matrix to the other side or subtracting it from both sides. Another one. Here we have a 2 by 3 on both sides. They're the same dimensions, but I have a subtracting x there, and that's going to offer just a little bit of a challenge or something different. I still need to take this matrix to the other side. Now, don't let this subtraction right here throw you off. What's negative is this matrix x. This matrix right here is positive. So when I take it to the other side, I'm going to subtract that 2 by 3 matrix. 1, 2, negative 3, and 2, 1, 3. Now I have to be careful because what that leaves me is negative x, and that's what I bring down, the opposite of that matrix. And then I go and perform the operations over to the side. 5 minus negative 1 is 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 8 minus negative 3. Minus a negative is plus a positive, so 8 plus 3 is 11. Negative 6 minus 2, negative 6 and negative 2 is negative 8. 0 minus 1 is negative 1, and 5 minus 3 is 2. Now, the question that we're trying to do is solve for x. Find that matrix. Not negative x, but just x. So, 2 ways to look at this. I can divide both sides by negative 1, or I can multiply both sides by negative 1. However you view it, all the signs are going to change. So this matrix, when I divide it by negative 1, it becomes a positive x, and then all the signs in here change, from positive to negative, or negative to positive. So my final answer would be this 2 by 3 matrix, -4, 1, -11, 8, 1, and 2. So you're trying to get that matrix by itself. And if you plug that matrix in and rewrite this and put it right there, and do the subtraction from here to here, you will get this final answer right here if you wanted to check it.